Russian troops have completely stopped the offensive of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kursk region. Over the past 48 hours, the advance of the armed forces of Ukraine in various areas of the Kursk region has not been recorded. As of August 17, 2024, only local fighting continues in the Kursk region. It was reported by war correspondents and numerous reputable Telegram channels. Against this backdrop, the number of videos on the internet has increased dramatically, where the corpses of Ukrainian soldiers, foreign mercenaries, and destroyed Western military equipment with a triangle sign on them, are clearly visible. The mood of the Ukrainian propagandists was also spoiled by the commander of Spetsnaz Akhmat, General Abdiyaladinov. In particular, a few minutes ago, he officially confirmed that the Russian army seized control of the situation in the Kursk region. According to him, as of August 17, 2024, the Russian armed forces began the systematic destruction of units of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kursk region. At the same time, General Abdiyaladinov noted that some Ukrainian army units are still looking for gaps in the defense of Russian troops, trying to move deeper into the Kursk region in certain areas. According to him, trying to move deeper into the Russian territory, the armed forces of Ukraine are suffering huge losses both in manpower and equipment. I officially declare that the situation in the Kursk region is normal and is fully controlled by Russian troops. At the moment, the Russian army is working to destroy the enemy. In the last 24 hours alone, the armed forces of Ukraine have lost dozens of heavy equipment and hundreds of soldiers. The enemy is trying to change his tactics and does not give up on his attempts to move deeper into the Kursk region. However, all his attempts end in complete failure, General Abdiyaladinov said. General Abdiyaladinov's words were also confirmed by numerous Western military experts. According to them, there have been no significant changes in the Kursk region over the past day, which indicates that the Russian troops managed to completely stop the advance of the armed forces of Ukraine and take control of the situation. By the way, reputable Polish experts Krzysztof Nichpor and Andrzej Wilk stated that the invasion of the Kursk region by the Ukrainian armed forces did not bring the desired military effect to the Ukrainian High Military Command. According to them, the Russian army, advancing on the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Donbass, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions, did not react to the actions of the Ukrainian army in the Kursk region. The Russian army has not only not reduced its offensive pace on the battlefield, but even increased it in some areas of the combat contact line. Polish experts even had to refute Ukrainian propaganda reports that the Russian High Military Command had begun to transfer units of the Russian armed forces from the Special Military Operations Zone to the Kursk region. According to Polish experts, all reports that the Russians began sending their units from the Special Military Operations Zone to the Kursk region do not correspond to the truth. In addition, Polish and even American independent military experts have confirmed that the Russian High Military Command has begun to strengthen units of the Russian army in the zone of special military operation. In particular, it is reported that the Russian army continues to send its military convoys to the territories of Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions. Moreover, Lithuanian Defense Minister Laurynas Kasčiūnas also confirmed that the Russian High Military Command does not use units of the Russian army from the Special Military Operations Zone in the Kursk region. In particular, he said that the units of the Russian army located in Kaliningrad moved towards the Kursk region. All this indicates that the Russian High Military Command is about to knock out the armed forces of Ukraine from the Kursk region only with the help of Russian forces that do not participate in a special military operation zone, thereby preserving the initiative of the Russian army on the battlefield. Commenting on what is happening, even American military experts from such a Russophobic office as the Institute for the Study of War were forced to admit that the adventure of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kursk region became General Syrsky's greatest mistake. According to American experts, the invasion of the Kursk region by the Ukrainian armed forces not only did not reduce the offensive pace of Russian troops in the Donbass, but also completely deprived the Ukrainian army of its main reserves. Against this backdrop, well-known Russian expert Yuri Podolyaka admitted that a radical turning point is rapidly approaching in the Kursk region, as a result of which the Russian army will not only knock out the armed forces of Ukraine outside the Kursk region, but also reach the northern outskirts of the city of Sumy. Meanwhile, the Russian Defense Ministry showed footage of the destruction of a group of American soldiers and officers who fired at the Kursk region using two HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems. It is reported that these missile systems, together with the American military, were destroyed in the urban-type settlement of Miropol, Sumy region. The footage clearly shows how Iskander-M ballistic missiles alternately hit and destroyed American missile systems, located in a wooded area of the Sumy region. The footage even shows the detonation of an ATACMS ballistic missile. Sources in the Russian military department noted that as a result of the competent actions of the combat crew of the Iskander complex, two HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems were destroyed in the Sumy region, along with 8 active duty soldiers and officers of the U.S. Army, who have directly operated these missile systems. At the same time, it is worth noting that the day before, the Russian military showed footage of another destroyed missile system HIMARS in the Sumy region. Thus, over the past 48 hours, the Russian army has destroyed 3 American HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems along with combat crews, which is an excellent achievement for Russian troops and an irreparable loss for the armed forces of Ukraine.